Hello, everybody. Woo! You know, we're tag teaming again, me and Ashley Cunningham. And we just thought we'd put our websites up just below our video so that you can go ahead and find out where we are online. And today we're talking about introducing our Starseed families. So we're going to delve into who is around us. Haven't checked for a little while, so there might be something new that I haven't checked in on. You know, like when you're checking in on your angels, your guardian angels, yes, always there. Then you will have different angels coming and going depending on what you need in your lifetime. And you can check in on every single one of those angels, and they will relay a name and they will let you know what they're doing with you, helping you on the other side. So maybe you've prayed, maybe you've spoken and you've asked for help with something, or maybe you've really complained, about what you want in your life, and it's hurt. And the moment that comes out and you're expressing what help you need is the moment that you will see an angel arrive to help you with that. And then just as equally so, when you're completely not needing that angel for this specific reason, it will change out. But in my experience, we only gain angels. We don't backtrack. We get more and more and more and more and more. So it'll just be more and more and more help on its way. So it's the same thing with ET energy or energy that you've incarnated with in other forms on other planets, if you want to say, or in other dimensions. It too is coming to help. Everyone's coming to help at this time. And so you will have your Starseed family, if you want to call it that, spending time with you and helping you. When I'm giving readings, and I'm sure same thing with you, Ashley, you can pick up on who is spending time around each of us. And each of us, and also those who are coming to us for readings. So some people will have one energy and some won't have any because it's not needed at this time, is what I'm told. And then others will have, up 3 to 4 different energies spending time around us, depending on what we need and what are they helping us with. So that'll be really cool to find out what we have going on, and then taking people's questions after this. One thing I want to mention, super amazing angelic Reiki healing I had from you the other day.
Yeah.
Whew, it was like angelic Reiki healing just blows your socks right off. It really does. I don't know how to express it enough. My experience might be different than somebody else because I can pick up on the energies coming in around me. So it was really cool to see the same thing I've seen in the previous times. I know you and I first started out, we were in a group healing with angelic Reiki, and it was such an experience that we still talk about it. It was incredible. Some people were breaking down crying. Some people were typing, "Hey, my husband's passed out cold."
Yeah.
So many people. And we were like, wow, it was such an experience. And I remember in that group healing in the past, Kuan Yin came in for me, and the healing angels come in. This time it was the healing angels, and your assigned angelic Reiki healing angel Henry was chatting with me off to the left. And then, of course, many healing angels coming in and working on me. I see them all in white. They're just all white. I didn't see what Henry looked like. I suppose I wasn't really tuning in on that, but I was hearing what he was saying to me and having a conversation with him, and it was really cool. So you just took angelic Reiki healing not long ago, and I'll just hand it off to you because I know you have scheduled a group healing coming up, which I think everyone should know about.
Yeah. So yeah, I just finished my angelic Reiki trainings level 1 and 2 2 weeks ago. And then I came on talking about my experience and how like I knew this was like part of my path, and I still feel that way. It was just so amazing. and I love like helping people like get the angelic Reiki, but I also love it for myself because it's just so nice, and it's just so peaceful, and it's just really powerful. And I wasn't really anticipating how powerful
I wasn't
it would
either.
be. Yeah, I was not kind of ready for that, but I love it so much. I honestly prefer feeling a lot of energy, and you'll feel a lot of energy when you get an angelic Reiki healing. I actually have my next set of trainings starting this Friday. So I'm going for the 3-4. Yeah, and I'll be considered a master. Well, not air quotes, but actually, like, that's the level. A master angelic Reiki healer. And then I'll just be moving forward, doing healings for people. And I will be doing a group healing in a private group setting on Facebook on April 5th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's just going to be a live 1-hour video where I introduce kind of how angelic Reiki is going to roll out for that hour. There's going to be the energy. I'm going to call people out to bring the energy in for each person who signs up. And then, my assigned angelic Reiki angel Henry is going to be guiding me and guiding all of the other angels and bringing everyone in. And he's really the one that helps orchestrate everything. And it's really amazing.
You know what I love about these group healings is that you're there, you're on camera with everyone, everyone's sitting or laying down quietly, and then they get to all, explain how they felt during the healing afterwards.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of letting everybody know how the healing went for them, how they're feeling. And then you're there on hand to, answer any questions afterwards. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So it's more one-on-one, it's more intimate. And so you can be there to on camera with everybody, and it's a private group environment. I just love it. I really do. And how much is it going to be for this group healing?
It's going to be $25 per person. So you can sign up yourself and maybe your partner or anyone else that you like. It is required that everyone who gets signed up has given permission, and I will be requiring everyone to give permission within the group, because I'm not going to do angelic Reiki on someone who doesn't want it. So we will be requiring that element. So that will be part of the group, and that will be, I'll add everyone into the group, and then there will be like a statement, and you'll just say agreed or put your name down, and then that's the permission. So it's not going to be extensive or anything, but I will have to have that. And yeah, it's $25. My normal one-on-one angelic Reiki healings are $65 for a full hour with me. And I think that's pretty awesome too. You had I love the way it flowed for you, because we jumped on camera. It was just a private call, and then we just had a little chat, and then we just delved right into it. And then I let you rest for a little bit, and then we kind of regrouped and talked about how it made you feel and what you were sensing and what I was sensing, because I feel a lot of energy, and I can pick up on things as healing angels are around you and around in the group healing. They'll be around everyone. So it's going to be, I'm really excited to see what I feel. It's going to be cool.
That's what I love. You're not only, helping people with angelic Reiki healing, but you're a medium and you can pick up on a lot more going on too. So it's pretty cool. And what I love about it too is that you were there with me, just off to the side, and there's soothing music. And then at the end, if the person falls asleep, I'm assuming, or, they just conk out, you would just exit and check in with them later. But if they're there and available, you can be there to chat with them afterwards. So it's I found it very soothing and comforting the way that you are, online through Messenger or WhatsApp or Skype with a person. So I loved it. And what was I going to say? One person is asking a question here. Where did you take angelic Reiki? So where are you going?
I am going to Spokane Valley, Washington, to a place called Compass Rose, and they are amazing there. So amazing. The lovely women who lead these trainings, they're master healers. One's a surgeon, like an actual surgeon that works in the hospital in Spokane. So that's like pretty amazing. She's like a full healer. Yeah, and they've been, living and breathing healing in various modalities for a very long time. So it's just a really amazing group of ladies and lots of resources. They just have so much knowledge there, and I'm so excited that I got plugged in with them. So yeah, you can go and find them if you guys are interested. Their website is called changeyourcompass.com.
That's awesome.
They're pretty great.
Yeah, for me, it's like, okay, $25 is a no-brainer. Like I've already paid, I've already signed up for the next one, and I'm ready to go. I think I was the first one that signed up. I'm not quite sure, but
yeah, like,
I was like, okay. So yeah, awesome.
One thing that just popped in my head, Angelic Reiki, while it takes about an hour to receive it and you're experiencing it, it actually lasts, like the healing angels and ascended masters who are working with you, they come back over like 3 weeks. It's not just a 1 hour experience. Throughout the next 3 weeks after that 1 hour session, you get to get consistent healings. Things are being worked on. And so it's really important to remember that, especially when you're like 2 weeks down the road, you may feel exhausted and tired. It's like they're still working on you. So it's really interesting because I've been receiving a lot of healing, and I've been really feeling a shift in just kind of how I live my life already, just from the amount of energy that comes in and the experience. So it's really awesome, and I highly recommend it to anyone. And when I got Angelic Reiki that first time in the first group healing that you had in Intuitive Angel Messages, I was blown away. It was so amazing, and I did
everybody
for weeks afterwards. Yeah,
I just remember thinking, wow, this was just such a shift in so many people's lives, and you could see them all typing, and people were having all sorts of incredible experiences. And some people were crying, some people, because you're shedding a lot, have heaviness is going. And don't you think, Ashley, that the reason why they keep coming back over the next 3 weeks is because, it's just like an onion. They get that, they help you with that top layer, and then they wait for a bit, and then they come help you. They come and heal you and help you again in a little bit when you're ready for the next step, the next stage, and then again. So
Henry's popping in right now, and he's saying, your human vessel is very delicate, and the energy, the balance within, they can't really do enough or too much that really puts you out of balance. They're not there to like make you uncomfortable. They're there to help shift and move things out of your energetic fields, out of your body, but that can take a toll. So they really monitor how you're going to do with the energy, and then they'll come back, like you were saying, like they're going to do layers of work.
That's so important because, they know everything. They're aware of everything. They can see everything. There's nothing that they can't see. And you get a real good idea of that when you start chatting, and you get that idea and understanding. They all chat telepathically. They can pick up on thoughts and feelings and emotions, no problem. And so it's pretty awesome that they know what you need and how much, and then coming back and working with you again as to what is best. It's a whole orchestration on the other side. How cool is that? So I'm assuming people can sign up at channelingwithlove.com if they want to register and come into the group healing. And then everybody is sent a link, and then they can come and join. How cool is that? What if somebody has a pet? Can their pet also be signed up for this as well?
Yes. Definitely. And as the owner, you can give permission on behalf of your pet. And pets are actually really interesting. I haven't done angelic Reiki yet on pets, but my teachers at Compass Rose, they have cats that live in their office building. And it was really
They must be
fascinating to
so
watch.
happy.
Oh my gosh, they're like the best. They're so, but, yeah, they were commenting on, if any of the cats want to have Reiki done on them, they come right up to you. And then when they're done, they just get up and leave. So it's not a matter of like,
Love that.
them being stuck or, having to deal with this. It's just going to end when they need it to end, and it's all good. So,
And
yeah.
what if somebody can't make it on April 5th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time? Like, or yes, is that before the time change? But I don't think so. I think that's the day before, isn't it? Or no, it's after. Sorry, it's after. So it'd be Pacific Daylight Time. So
Yep.
it'd be 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So what if they can't make it and they just are too busy? Then what? What happens then?
Yeah, so basically, with that approval, the healing will take place for when it is best for that to take place. So if you can't tune in at 11 and be at a quiet, calm space, that can take place in the evening when you're laying down or as you're going to sleep. But if you want to catch the video, it's going to be up in the group. I'm going to leave the group open for 2 days after that. So there's plenty of opportunities there to watch the hour, and 2 days to post your comments, to post your experiences, to share with others how that feels or how you're feeling even after you've gotten the healing. And then, yeah, after the 2 days, the group will be closed, but that's plenty of time and opportunity.
Plenty of time. So are you excited to see who's around you with your Starseed family? Like, what is a Starseed? What is a Starseed family? Have you ever met somebody that's not a Starseed? That's what I want to know. Because I know you've taken several of the Mediumship for Beginners courses, like 3 right out the gate. And then it was probably about 4 months, and then you started off on your own 2 feet, and now you were off doing a medium as well, and it's been wonderful to see. And so we have the next one coming up March 15th until the 30th. Have you ever seen somebody that is not a Starseed?
No. And I have asked my team before, is there anyone on Earth at this time that has never, ever been a Starseed or been incarnated in a different location other than Earth before?
A different body other than a human being.
Exactly. So any other type of body other than a human being.
And what was the response from your team?
No. Everyone on Earth has been from somewhere else or has experienced life somewhere else. So this is, Earth's really considered a learning space. We come here as soul beings to really push ourselves and grow. And in other locations, we're having different experiences. So that's the value there, and that's why people come here. But everyone who's been on Earth has been somewhere else before. And Starseeds, I like to call them Starseed Families, is really guides that have known you in other incarnations, have worked with you or been really close with you before in certain civilizations, and they come here to support you in this incarnation or this expression of your soul. So they're here to support you and guide you and give you love and light and help in however they can and whatever you're willing to let them help you with, because it is a free will zone. So if you're not comfortable with your starseed family or being surrounded by galactic beings, that's okay. They're still there, but they're gonna be at a farther distance and they're gonna help in different ways. So
I know that you just did a Starseed course for a week. Are you planning on doing another one coming up?
I am. I'm thinking it's going to be more like August.
Okay.
I think I need a little bit of a break, and I want to focus on some other things. But I have a lot of interest for another week-long course going over.
That was amazing. Who else
It
is doing
was
it?
fantastic.
I mean, like literally, when you come into this course, you literally find out anything and everything you can ever imagine about ET energy, spending time with you, starseed question. Oh my gosh. You know what I notice when I'm giving readings is that it's a rare moment when a person comes to me and they don't have a starseed family with them. So what do we mean by starseed family? Like that would be like, you would deem that as like, say your mother in this lifetime, you're so close with your mother, and then you have other incarnations in other bodies, but the energy of your mother's soul comes and helps you out and spends time with you and helps you. Maybe it's a sibling, maybe it's your father, maybe it's a good friend. If we think that this is the only vessel out there, think again. Okay? I mean, I've had almost, I'd say, around 1,000 readings that I've given now. It's just jaw dropping for me to even say that. And I've never experienced some, for me, it's like, oh, this is just common. You have your angel and you have your starseed family that's helping you. If you don't have someone helping you from your starseed families, because you just don't need one right now, you've got your angels and you've got your spirit guides. So with me right now, for example, I have my spirit guide, Adrian, who I have had many incarnations with as a Pleiadian. And he's also here in that Pleiadian form, one of the Pleiadian forms that I incarnated with him as well. You see how energy, it is not singular. It's in many different forms. So I've got my spirit guide Adrian, who's helping me from our soul group, and he's also as a Pleiadian assisting me with my day-to-day as well. So as a Pleiadian, he has things that he's helping me with. As a spirit guide, he'll come and chat with me when I need him. And then I have two other Pleiadians, female energies, hanging out with me. One's helping me when I'm cooking and what meals to prepare. And the other one is helping me with ascension symptoms. So as I'm moving through the process of ascension and I'm having all these symptoms, giving me cues and ideas of how to make things easier. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can call on your starseed family with a quiet mind. Maybe when you first wake up in the morning or when you're coming out of meditation, great times to do that. If you had a ton of sugar and caffeine, probably not a great time to do that because your mind's racing, your adrenal glands are pumping. So you can just ask them to come forward and show their energy to you. Are they going to open up in front of you and freak you out? No.
No.
No, they don't want to freak you out. Nobody does. Nobody on the other side wants that.
No.
But what they'll do is you'll feel warmth and a pressure. Your mind's nice and quiet. That's your job. Your job is just to sit with stillness. And then you can feel where they are around you. Or you might, you may see some glimmer or, orbs. You might. I'm not saying you won't. But if you just sit still and you relax, you will feel where their energy will come in around you. So you're calling on that energy. Are you here with me? And after so many readings, I can pick up on, even before I hear the team of angels telling me, I can pick up on the vibrational frequency of Pleiadian energy versus Arcturian energy versus Lyran energy versus a couple times gray energy.
Yeah.
That surprised me. And then we have the whole gamut of things that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What? And twice I've had where they won't even show me what that energy is because they don't want to freak me out because it's so vastly different than what I'm used to seeing. Okay, I'm used to seeing Arcturian. I'm used to seeing Pleiad. I'm used to seeing Lyran, Syrian. I'm used to seeing these energies. But when you bring in an energy that I've never seen before, it's a little bit, I've seen one that looked kind of like a crab type being. It was reddish, has like I think 6+ legs. And what they do in order to not freak me out, by the way, is they come in slowly off to the side, and I can see it, but they're not coming up too close because they don't want to overwhelm me.
Yeah.
And so once I get a little taster off to the side, then they then I'm like, okay, and then I can ask them to come in closer, so that I can get a better look. And I just keep an open mind, and I just remember there's a lot I don't know, and you just need to relax and just see what is this all about. I'm curious. Then we have blue avians, but then there's also blue avians, but then there's also similar bird beings that look red.
Yeah.
But then we have a whole gamut of different bird beings. I could sit here and tell you how many gray-looking ETs I've seen. Well, I mean, we'd be here all night.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
with 4 fingers. I've seen it with I've seen tall with brown. I've seen more of a wider type head. I've seen it with 3 fingers. I've even checked in with a friend of mine once because she had one that was curious. As you open and you raise in frequency, they can see you more. So they come in and they're curious about you. And yeah, they come in and they check in. Who are you?
I have a little story on that. I was flying up to see you actually, and I was in the airport in my city, and I was just sitting there like, waiting for my plane, and I feel right behind me, like across the room, a gray running to me. And I said, nope, I was not comfortable with that. Yeah, I was not comfortable with that. I expect my boundaries. I expect a proper introduction. Like I'm meeting a person for the first time, and I've told my team that. I expect a friendly, proper, direct introduction. I'm not going to be not attacked, but like rushed from the back.
Yeah. Respectful of my boundaries.
Yep. And I called in the Council of Light, and they immediately surrounded me. And that being I don't know what happened, it just disappeared. But I'm sitting in the middle of this really busy, chaotic space, and I am a bright light of stillness and calmness and of pure light, shining out. And that's, it just attracts a lot of things. But you have your boundaries, and you say what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with, and then you just let it go. You don't have to worry about it at that point.
The one that came to visit me here in my home, I was like, oh yeah, okay, so it's here. Would I say it was male or female? Not really. I wouldn't say either one. Maybe a little bit on the male side, but I'm not entirely sure. I didn't really see anything that would, warrant that, if you know what I mean. Not like what we see here on Earth.
Yeah.
And when it came to check me out, because I'm on the phone with my friend who's seeing it in her home. So here I am. I'm like, so is it this color? And she's like, yeah. Does it have this many fingers? Yeah. Does it look like this? How tall? Is it this tall? Yeah. We both were seeing exactly to a T the same being, and the whole time it was here, it kept looking over in the corner at Archangel Michael.
Yeah,
it was like it knew it was here, but at any time it could be kicked out if it didn't behave.
Yep.
So remember that.
Yep.
You run the show.
Yep.
You do, and the more high vibrational you are, the better it is. Because you are attracting that frequency to you, whether it's in physical form or otherwise. So you really, start lifting that frequency. It's really important. It's not always perfect, but now start moving in that direction, and know that you are totally supported on the other side. Like your whole team isn't just going to let, a long lineup head on in. It's called boundaries. So can we actually see angels or just hear them? I see them and I hear them. And depending on what they want to show me, it can be a real fun time.
Yep. My clairaudience is pretty developed. I don't always hear like a voice in my ear, but it's pretty strong in my head. and that's most of the time. Sometimes I'm not hearing 100%, but most of the time I am. And then I can see from my third eye, in my mind's eye, angels, starseed family members, guides, spirit animals, lots of beings, fairies, tons of beings.
So we didn't get to the elemental yet.
Yeah,
it's really bright, the brownies. I remember being out in the park and I saw this bright orange light, and it went right into the base of a tree, and then it went deep into the earth, and that was a brownie. It was really cool. So if I see an orange light, I'll check in with 99% of the time. I'm like, that's a brownie. And then I go, was that a brownie? And they're like, yes. So I know what that is. But it was really cool sitting out in the park at night and just grounding next to my tree. And then along came a brownie checking me out. So the more you raise in frequency and the more open you become and you're awakening and you're on the path of ascension next, they see you too. We think we're the only ones here. Think again, I say. Are there cat-like beings? Are there animal beings that look like cats? I'll let you take that one.
Are there animal beings that look like cats? Yes, definitely. There are also starseed beings that look like cats. The Lyrans are more humanoid, but they're a mixture of cat features and human form. They're really interesting, and it's really cool. I have a Lyran actually stepping forward right now, and she's presenting to me as like and Lyrans typically are more like direct in your face, which I really like, at least in my experience.
Oh yeah, they are with me too.
And she's presenting to me as a lioness. Like her head, it looks like a really powerful lioness, leader of the pack figure, but she's in more of a humanoid form. And they can look like all different kinds of cats. But
here's a question for you: like when you're in a human body, right, and you've incarnated multiple different times, we're talking about hundreds. We're not talking about. I don't see people in like 5 or 6. I see hundreds. Now that's the predominant, but then maybe they've tried it out over in this vessel maybe 5 times, but there's hundreds. Okay, like for me. A soul that is maybe a younger soul has incarnated like 800 times into a vessel. That's a young soul. So that just gives you an idea. So when your energy is in a vessel and it's incarnated, say, as a Pleiadian or an Arcturian or a Lyran, what are some of the characteristics that you notice within a person based on where they've been? Because you can usually pick up a pattern. I have with giving so many readings, like somebody that's more left brain oriented and analytical, thinking, overthinking all the time, must overanalyze every aspect of every part of their life. What would you say that somebody like that is? And do you notice a pattern too?
Yeah, definitely. For me, the Arcturian Andromedan energy is very in the mind. So I definitely can sense some subtle differences, but it's predominantly those two when I'm feeling like someone's like really in their mind, and that's just who they are. The Pleiadians, I feel like, are a lot more like kind of like surfer vibe almost, like
really? You're welcome. My job's done.
Yes, definitely like you, Kristin. Also, let's see, Lyrans. The female, like women that I've come in contact with, I can really sense their Lyran energy, and it comes out as very feminine, just like this very feminine energy.
It comes out at times a bit sexual too.
Yes. It does. But that's not a bad thing. It's just like, okay, that's there. And let's see. I feel like there's several, like the blue avians and the bird.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yes. I really sense when I see that someone has those types of star guides or has had many incarnations as one of those beings, they seem just so like really grounded, really wise, like
Guys.
expansive knowledge, not just head knowledge, but like heart knowledge, like very in tune with and very balanced, spiritually and just,
But
yeah,
again,
with everything. Yeah.
this is all dependent on how many lifetimes have they had on Earth. Sometimes if you had
Sometimes,
more
yeah.
lifetimes in other vessels and then you come to Earth and you're kind of a newbie still here on Earth, it's kind of hard to adjust here. You don't want to be here. You're looking up, if you're looking up at the stars all the time and you have this longing to be somewhere else, there's a reason why.
Yeah.
If you don't look up at the stars, for example, I'm going to use myself as an example on this one. I'm not longingly looking up at the stars. I don't know why. I just honestly don't. I don't feel the need to do that. So in my thoughts over the years, the reason why that I've come to understand is that because I've been here so many times on Earth, this is like an old hat. This isn't what I would deem as being home per se, but I love a lot of the experiences here. I really do enjoy the earth and the elements, and I do enjoy a lot of the aspects being here. But this is somewhere that I've been so many times. There's a difference between like a younger soul and maybe an older soul, a
Oh,
soul that's incarnated many times on Earth and a soul that hasn't incarnated many times on Earth. So there is a big difference depending on how you feel about, being here, period.
yeah.
But guess what? This is like a big school, and we're all in this together. I love connecting with like-minded souls so that we can support one another. It makes things a lot easier. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in a lot of my readings, my specifically Starseed readings, Starseed classes, I've actually also seen people who have a lot of incarnations as fairies, as
Yeah.
elves, as beings who are, maybe we can think of them as like mythical creatures, elemental beings.
All
I've
energy.
Yeah, exactly. It's all energy. And I know for myself, I have, had a lot of fairy experiences.
Yeah.
And that
You
comes
more
out
than me.
in my energy.
Yeah.
That's like definitely a part of me. And as I was growing up, I always felt like nature was my home. Like I was really comfortable in nature, but I was also looking up at the stars. And so it's kind of like this blend of both worlds for me, which is really interesting. It comes out in a lot of my work now, and it's just really amazing to see that.
Because of your Orion lifetimes. So you're like looking a lot at the stars. But then you've also had more fairy lifetimes than me. I'm around 100. There are these like fairy energies on the Pleiadian planet that I have since checked out. That feels like home to me. And I've had experiences about 100 times as that. What are some of the things that you notice with somebody that has had a lot of fairy experiences, fairy lifetimes? What are the characteristics in a human vessel?
In a human vessel, I just feel like there's just a lot of respect for nature. They're very focused in on nature, on Gaia, really deeply connected. And they may not have the ability to express why, but they're very, very deeply connected. As well as they like to have fun. They're also very lighthearted. Recently in the last course, there was a person who she's just like so bubbly. And then it came out as I was introducing her to her Starseed family. She has a whole fairy crew with her all the time, and they interact, and that's part of her support. And it totally made complete sense because she's just so like sunshine in a bottle. And it was really awesome to see how her family and then the fairy energy came together, and they were all working together for her. So yeah.
You know what I notice with somebody that's had some fairy energy lifetimes is that they are really good at multitasking. Their minds move, move, move. Okay, and they can handle like 10 things at once. And then. That's definitely me. And I love trees. I love nature. I just feel like this strong pull and affinity towards trees. Because I think I've spent a lot of my time around trees in other lifetimes in other vessels. So of course I do in on Earth as well. Why are our starseed families helping us with our diets so much? Why are they helping us with our diets?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah, definitely. Diet is really important for ascension. So as we are ascending, as we're rising in frequency, we need to be in consuming and fueling our bodies with foods that match that frequency. So, there's a lot of work that has to be done. For some people, it might not be as easy to transition to incorporating more high vibrational foods like fruits and vegetables and less meats, less breads, less kind of stuff. Exactly, yeah. So a lot of starseed guides or family members, as I like to call them, help us work on that because that's a challenge that we face here on Earth. They don't necessarily need food the way we do. They're like, especially like the Orions, they're like pure energy. Like they don't have like bodily functions like we do. So
raise in frequency and ascend, starting on the path of ascension with ascension symptoms, right? Your diet has to change. And if you think this is the only lifetime where that's going to be the case, think again. So as we move forward, lifetime after lifetime, your diet's going to change. And then at some point, really, hey, Ashley, you just don't need food. You're just connected with light. A lot of your energy will come from the light. Yeah. It's not going to come from the energy from the food that you're eating. I don't ever want to let it go though, Ashley.
I know I really enjoy eating. On that process, I have found, especially when a lot of energy is really hitting and I'm anchoring a lot of light, my appetite goes down.
Oh, big time.
Very much. I have to remind myself, I need to take care of this vessel. I need to eat. I need to make sure I'm drinking water. I need to make sure that I'm fueling my body because I don't have that urge, that body signal to say, go do this. You have to like time it
out. I'm good. Here's a question. Have either of us seen orbs in the woods? I personally haven't, but I sure have them coming in through my patio door when they want to come visit.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's like a flash of light right in my face. I'm like, oh, hi, Archangel Gabriel. And then he comes over to my side and he starts chatting with me. Or I'll have a friend's grandparents come visit me. And I get to decide who's coming in, right? Yeah. This isn't a highway.
No.
So yeah, no. Have you ever seen orbs out in the woods?
I have seen some orbs out in nature, not necessarily like woods space, like just in the woods, but I have seen a lot of orbs, a lot of flashes, a lot of movement outside of the periphery of my eyes. Just a lot of energy moving around. So it's really cool.
I do sense, you know what I sense when I'm out in the woods here, and this has been a few times, Native American energy.
OMG. Okay, you guys, I have to tell the story. So you and a friend were hiking and she filmed a little video to show me how beautiful the lake was where she was hiking. And I watched the video, and through the video, just on my phone, I was like, there's someone across the lake staring at you. Like they are boring.
They were watching us.
I felt like they were seeing me too through the phone. Like they knew like I was there. It was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And then, you got around the lake.
And then I told you what happened.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So
she was like, we're not alone. You sense that? And my friend was like, yeah, I totally sense that too. I'm like, where are you sensing it? Right here on this ridge. And so I tried to communicate with this energies, I should say. It felt like about 15 or 20 of them. But it was Native American energy, and there was a few other energies in there. and I couldn't quite grasp it at first. And I remember mentioning it to you, and you said you felt Bigfoot type energy. Yeah, energy's energy. It doesn't matter what, okay, it was in
No.
this body and there it is.
Yeah.
And so I was communicating in English. So I was like, it was very primal, this energy, and it was
Mhm.
earthy. And I was getting no response, which I never get. I always get a response. So then I turned to Archangel Michael because I could feel him expanding on my back. And I thought, uh-oh, he doesn't usually do this unless it's warranted. And I said, is this Native American energy? And he said, yes. And you should have seen him. He expanded off to my right behind me, and he was right on me, like, basically, you're not messing with this one.
Yeah.
He was my bouncer, and he sweeped his hand. He said, disperse. Like, you challenge me, and and I'm standing there like, holy moly, and I'm telling my friend what's happening. My friend's like, wow. And I didn't feel scared, but I was like, well, something's happening here that doesn't normally happen.
Yeah.
And
That's an experience.
okay. And they all started slowly turning away and looking, but walking. And then a few of them kept following us. And Archangel Michael was right behind me and just said, keep walking. And then my guardian angel grabbed, when your guardian angel grabbed your arm. You can ask your guardian angel if you want. It's like throbbing or heat. Archangel Michael will do the same. He'll wrap his arm right around your arm, and you will feel it if you ask. If you want to quietly, and if you're ready for that, then it will happen. So that's what happened, and let me know she was there with me, and we just kept walking. And my friend looked back and could see energy moving between the trees as well. So it was like a whole orchestration. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. But the more you open, the more of a light you are, the more they see you. So there you have it, as the veil thins, right? Okay. Here we have some questions. Have you seen many individuals that have had incarnations as a gray or a what do we want to call that? Even a gray or hybrid. Have you had anyone come to you that you've seen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So not many though. I've only had 2.
Yeah, not a ton,
No.
but definitely like when I host classes at like 20 people max, I'll maybe have one person out of the 20 that's maybe had not one or 2, but maybe like a handful of experiences or like 100 experiences in that vessel, or having gray beings as part of their team, just kind of observing. Yeah. So I have had, I want to say like 6 or 7 people. Yeah. That have had experiences like that.
And I've only had one come to me for reading, and another one person I had met. And that is interesting. Very interesting. It's not a common thing to see. Do you find with these individuals, it's a little bit of a tougher transition into human form on the planet after?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
It's a bumpy ride. Their grays they don't have a wide array of emotions. If you even want to say they have any emotions, it's very small amounts. And they have a very different experience. And then coming here to Earth, it's like explosion, emotions and colors and sounds and sensations that
emotions, feelings.
Yeah, exactly. So it's overwhelming for a lot of people.
Overwhelming. You know what emotion that I noticed from grays? And I don't even know if I want to say it's an emotion, but I would say they're curious. They're really curious. Really,
they want to see how things work. They want to understand, and they want to move forward and see if they can like do the same thing or connect in that way. And I think it's partly due to how they're experiencing life, because they're working really hard to kind of move forward on their own ascension paths and their own journeys, and push their group in a direction to where they maybe are feeling more challenges or emotions and having a wider array so that their souls can progress as well.
You know, the importance of emotions and feelings, it helps with growth. It helps you expand. You learn what works and what doesn't work. There's no real like mistakes. It's more of a learning curve on Earth. And I feel like, well, I know that I feel it. When I was 21, I went to this group event. There's maybe about 15 of us, and I went with my mom. And I was like, okay, I'll check this out. My mom says it's pretty cool, so I'll check it out. And there was this psychic medium there. She was about 81, and wow, did she knock my socks off? I mean, what a powerhouse, man. Her eyes were like lit up crystal blue, and she had fiery red hair. And I was like, okay, I'm 21, and I'm going to do the best I can here. And it was really high vibrational positive. There was another medium sitting there in the group, and we were on lunch break. And you know what happens when you're around an indigo on lunch break? Well, I was just quizzing like crazy. And I remember saying, why have the Greys, abducted humans, and why is this happening, and why are there hybrids? Because that was the first thing. Is that true? Yes. Why is this happening? And the feedback I received, which totally made a lot of sense, is the Greys don't have that emotional range. They can't move into the next over. She likened it to like a wall, if you will, and they can't get over that wall where all the other souls go with that growth, and that depth. So they are doing the hybrid way of doing things with humans in order to have that emotional range and growth and depth in order to move to the next level when they exit their vessels energetically. And I was like, whoa, that is really resonating with me. And it's not easy to say that a soul signed up for anything if it really is a terrible experience. I mean, do I want to hear that? No. But, no, whether it's whatever experience it is, but these energies that are inhabiting gray bodies are now able to grow and move on to the next, rather than being stuck incarnating into the same vessel over and over without that range of growth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay. Oh, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? A lot of times when I'm sitting under the tree, I get a soft breeze too. And I know there's a lot of energy around me when I'm out there, and they're all working on me because your butt is on the earth and it's go time. They're like, cleansing station, grounding station. She's arrived. Let's get her. Let's get her. My tree cracks jokes at me. I'm like, oh my God. He's hilarious. He's hilarious.
That's so cool.
Okay, guy. So let's go into who's around us, introducing our Starseed families, and then we'll move to a couple more questions, okay? Sure. So I'm going to let you go first, and then I'm going to tune in and see who's around me. You probably have more than me.
I don't know. I don't think so. I have a core, like a smaller Starseed family. The first being that's immediately behind me is I call her my Nina Mama. She is my Orion mother. She was a mother to me in one of my Orion incarnations. And she's here, and she works in tandem with Archangel Michael, and she like monitors who's around me, what are they doing there, what do they want, how are they helping me, and she's like kick-ass. She's super great. And she's the mama bear. That's kind of how she's been supporting me here. And it was really fantastic when I first started to channel. I had that was in July of 2018 in your Mediumship for Beginners course. Yep, or it was like Mediumship 101 or something. Yep. I had a dream where I saw this blue lady, and she had like dreadlocks, and she like was like geared out in like leather, and she looked like someone from like Waterworld. I don't know why, but
yeah. I
yeah,
remember that movie.
yeah, she looked like really cool, but her skin was like a dusty blue, and she had the biggest smile on her face. And as soon as I saw her in my dream, I woke up because I recognized her as not just like a character in one of my intense dreams like I have all the time, but like someone that I like know and like the energy that I connect with. So that was my first introduction to any sort of galactic being. She was the first one that I saw as I started to open up. And since then, she's just been around guiding and protecting, and she's just super amazing. And yeah, she's lovely, and she really helped usher in the Orion Galactic Council, because I really started when I first started working with my Starseed family. They came in, and I started to channel the galactic beings that were on that council. That was my first kind of introduction to actually channeling any galactic being.
I remember that. I was like, wow, awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. And they're so high vibrational that like I would be exhilarated because it was just blissed out, but exhausted at the same time because it was so much energy. And yeah, a lot of my videos actually, you can actually see orbs in my videos.
Yeah,
from the Orions. Yeah,
you screenshot several times.
Yes, and that's like,
I was like, yep.
Yeah,
cool. I remember that.
Yep. So my Mina Mama is one on my team, and then I have two Pleiadians. I have a sister, and her name is Gloria, and I love that her name's Gloria because Gloria Rice. We work with her a lot. So I always like kind of think about that when I'm connecting with Gloria. And Gloria helps me with my diet, with Ascension symptoms, and kind of to get me moving. She's really one that's like trying to push me to move more and to get out more. I work in an office building, so I work and sit behind a computer all day. And so she's been really helping me to get out more and to get more movement and exercise more. So, and I feel like she's like my sister, but also like a girlfriend that's like, let's go, you know, like she keeps the energy light and it's pretty great. Yeah. And then the other Pleiadian that's with me, his name is Rodolfo. And it's so interesting. It's very like Italian, rolls off the tongue name, but he is my twin flame. And so we've been together as Pleiadians before, and he's just got my back. He's here to support me and help me through this experience. And so that's been pretty cool.
That's just like me and Adrian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then outside of those three, those are like my family members that I've connected with. Outside of those three, I have his name is Dr. Lorfan, and I've just connected with him. Yeah. And he is one of the beings that I called in with your Reiki session.
Oh yeah.
He is amazing. He is a doctor he's Syrian, and he's like a really amazing galactic doctor. And I learned of him in my Angelic Reiki training, and I called on him immediately when we were doing training working with galactic beings because I wanted him to help me with my imbalance of nearsightedness in my eyes. So I called him in, and I've asked him and his team to be working on my eyes 24/7, 365 until my eyes improve. And so I've actually been feeling tons of energy in my eyes. Like I wake up with my eyes like really filmy. And throughout the day, my eyes are filmy. And then I feel a lot of energy in them quite a bit now. So I know that they're putting in the work. So that's who's been really around me a lot. And then I do a lot of specific work with the Council of Light and the Orion Galactic Council and Cryon and a few other beings, but they're not like with me 24/7 all the time. I call them in to work with me. So
I notice Cryon pops in and visits me when I'm out in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Comes right down and enjoys the experience along with me. And it just pops in for about, 20, 25 minutes, maybe sometime a little longer, just observing, enjoying
Yeah.
the nature.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a stunning environment that I'm in. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Come and hang out.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to check in with my team. Of course, I have my spirit guide, Adrian. My other spirit guide is Archangel Michael. I was like, oh yeah, who's my other spirit guide? Oh, because Archangel Michael was always with me. I'm like, well, that would be me. And I was like, okay. And so I've called him in to be with me through each lifetime. Extra support.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got my two guardian angels, Bartholomew and Agnes. And then I have my whole team of angels. And then I know the last I checked was 3 Pleiadians. And anybody else? Anybody? So I've got the one Pleiadian who is Adrian incarnated into this form, this energy, this vibrational frequency. I'm just copying what I'm receiving. Assisting me with removal of sugar from my diet, and overseeing the other 2 Pleiadians that are with me. They work in tandem like a team.
Mm-hmm.
And Adrian, who's in this energy form, is letting me know that I've incarnated as siblings, brother, but also in other lifetimes as lovers. Is all a recycling of energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting. And then I've got female Pleiadian helping me with my ascension symptoms, giving me information or insights on how to make things easier. Okay. And then I've got, now I can just see where they pop up. She was here, he was there, and I've got another, what feels like an older, wiser type of female Pleiadian energy off here on my left.
Mm-hmm.
And she's incarnated a number of times as my mother, and just here supporting me, also helping with my diet and my dietary choices. That's the main reason why they're here, is with my diet, she says. There's no one else around, although the fairies like to come and visit me often, she says. Yeah, and I know that too. They come and help to cleanse and help raise your frequency and work with you when you need. Okay, and she's just doing a dusting off of her hands, which tells me that's what they're here working with me. Okay, so I'm just going to move down here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so here's a question. How do Greys observe you, and do they get implants inside you? That's one thing a lot of people want to talk about. Implants. They also want to talk about them observing you. I was out for a walk with a friend the other night, and we came around the corner, and I looked off to my left, and I saw 2 Greys standing there. Did I see them outside my mind? No, but it was so put in my head where they were and energetically pulled, and they gave me the image of them standing there. So I knew, I was like, whoa, 2 Greys standing there. And they were, one was a little bit taller, one was a little bit shorter. And I just kept walking, and I said to my friend, I'm seeing some gray energy. And I felt very watched, open, expansive, and watched. And my friend said, I thought I sensed some gray energy back right there. Did you sense it right there? And I said, yes, in that exact spot. So we both got the exact same spot. It was pretty cool. And it was almost midnight, a lot of stars out. And so I check in with my bouncer, and I say, Archangel Michael, are there Greys here that wish to speak with me? And he says, yes. And it ends up being these 2 Greys that had come previously, years previously. They're just here trying to help in the way that they can. Okay, they're not here to do anything other than trying to help. So just conversing, wanted to offer their assistance in bringing in and assisting me moving forward on a certain path. Okay, so we had that conversation, and I was like, okay, no problem. And then they stepped back and they left. So let's ask Agnes, my guardian angel, on this topic, and then you can go ahead and ask yours, okay? Whomever you wish. But Agnes, are there still implants happening right now? And do you want to delve into that a little bit? Sure. The Greys are different than each of you here on Earth. Some are more curious than others. Some have an agenda. A lot of what they wanted to do, or their agendas, have been thwarted. Thwarted, she's saying. The frequency is shifting here on Earth and within each of the inhabitants. So it's not something that she wishes for us to be concerned with or about.
Mm-hmm.
Some souls incarnate here and they sign up for certain experiences. And some of those experiences are not pleasant. We would deem them as not being pleasant. However, there is a great amount of growth and learning that takes place because of these unpleasant experiences. Some of these experiences are like surgeries and health issues, as Kristin has had in the past. Other experiences are, she's like, she could go on and on. A person may be born with, epilepsy, or a person might have seizures, or another person may have, it could go on and run the gamut, okay? Some souls sign up to participate or partake in the goings on with the Greys. She knows that's not easy to be heard. However, moving forward at this stage right now, and then moving forward, it's a lot less and fewer, and there's a lot more backup and support here on Earth, and less souls are signing up for that experience. Very, very few, she says, very, very few. She wants to talk about implants. There are some still left behind. But the individual's team of angels are guiding these individuals in a certain direction in order to receive assistance with that. No, it's a two-way street. The angels are constantly talking with us and guiding us, but are we listening? So she's saying that they're guiding some of these people, but they're not hearing the guidance. So they just go along, and their path may be a bit bumpier in their three-dimensional reality, in their, maybe heavier vibrational reality. Do you want to say anything else on that? It just is a bit bumpier. But inevitably, she says, whether it's in this lifetime or the next, these types of implants energetically, whether it's energetically there or actually physically there, are removed and transmuted, because there's only one direction that we're all going. There's only one path that we're all going, and we're all moving in the direction of awakening and ascension. Some souls may take a longer time to walk along on that path, and others are rushing and sometimes in a hurry, she says, and can't wait to get there. Although ascension is something that takes place slowly and can only be done slowly.
Shucks.
Okay. So that's a phone call with full on throttle.
Yeah.
What guidance do you get for that, Ashley?
Yeah, Pedadiah, my guardian angel, is right here, and she has reinforced everything that Agnes just said, and she also said that, or she's saying that the purpose of implants is fading away, like the need to use implants, the value that was found in these implants is eroding, So it's not like a useful thing moving forward, because we are all moving into the light and anchoring more light within our vessel, and we're rising in frequency. It's not an effective use of, I guess, time and resources, really. And it's falling off. And there are some, as Agnes has also stated, there are some people who still have them or will have them throughout their life, but their teams are working to guide them and bring that chapter kind of to a close. It's not super necessary. I'm getting that from Petadiah, that at one time there were many people who had them and were maybe either not aware or just accepted it and moved on. And less people need to have that experience, need to grow from that experience. And they're choosing other experiences that are pushing them forward on their path. So,
and you know what else I was thinking? You have other lifetimes in the past which were maybe a little bit more dense, right?
yes.
So you're here on Earth and you've had these denser lifetimes, and so maybe you have, that vibrational frequency was a vibrational match for that type of path. But when you become consciously awake and you're consciously aware of your own thoughts and emotions and energy, and you start to realize that you're the manifester of your reality, what's there to worry about? You're the one running the show.
Yeah.
You're the one who gets to decide what's going to take place and what won't. And you get to decide where your vibrational frequency is, because your vibrational frequency won't be a match for that goings on. So being fearful of that is not something I'm going to walk. I'm not going to go down that path. And I don't ever feel fear or worry or anything heavy and low vibrational coming from the angels or the archangels or the ascended masters. So why would I be the only one to be counterintuitive and walk that path?
Yeah.
They're just, and I get no pity party from them either.
Nope.
Like, oh, well, it's okay to feel that way. No, I never get that. No.
It's like, you can choose. You are choosing this. That's up to you.
Yep.
If you don't like it, choose something different.
If anything, Agnes is like, you're overthinking it. You're overthinking and overanalyzing. Maybe you want to go lay down and have a nap.
Go watch Harry Potter now.
Okay. Thanks, Agnes. Got put on the naughty step. It's not the naughty step. It is just they're not going to engage in anything lower vibrational. They're just not. They'll give you information. They'll ask you questions. They're not going to tell you what to do or where to do it, because this is a free will zone, but they do ask you questions, which leads to the answer that you already know. Yeah. So yeah, when those grays came up to me too, I was kind of a little like, but I was like, yeah, whatever. Like I'm not scared, because I know I got a massive amount of support. Outside my house, Ashley, I got this like wall. It's like a wall of light. And I remember saying to Alyssa, who lives in the suite on the other side of the house, I'm like, do you notice there's a wall of light outside of the house? And she's like, because she was in my mediumship course last January, and then she's helped to teach the courses after that. So she's well on her way too. And she goes, yeah. She goes, and I can feel it too when I look out the window. She goes, it's right there, right there. I said, yeah, right there. And I said, and what energies do you like? Why is this wall here? I was just seeing what she gets. There's a lot of archangels and ascended masters there, and it's kind of like an easy access for them to get right out in front of the house. And it's just like a support system hanging out in front of the house. And there's times where we would go out for walks at night, and we walk up to the house, and there's 3 archangels having a chat fest outside the house, chumming it up.
Yeah.
Waiting for us, and then they'd all look at us, and then they go back to talking. Oh, don't mind us. We're back on a walk. Oh man, it was hilarious. So it's always there. You want to call in more light, you call in more light. You want to call in more archangels, you call them in. They love to come. You're not taking them away from anything.
Nope.
How awesome. Okay, so any last words on that, Agnes? No? You are protected. Know that you're protected. Know that you are safe. Manifest your own reality. Thank you, dear ones. All right. There you go. I know it.
Yep.
And it is. And so it is, as they often say. And so it is. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful night. And thank you, Ashley, for joining me. And again, if you guys want to sign up for the group healing coming up, that's coming up April 5th at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And there's the website to go to sign up, $25. No brainer. I've already signed up and paid, and I will be every time you offer them. No brainer.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Bye.